Ain't that serious though.
It's hard out here. It gets hard for everyone. And this is not a process where if you don't get $100 million out the government, you're not successful. It was never that. It was all a scam. It was all a fraud. You're never going to get $100 million out the government. That would never happen. Even if your documents are legit, they're not fucking cashing you out $100 million. Regardless of how legitimate you think it is, just look at the reality of it. Why would the government cash you out $100 million? The thing, being modest has gone completely out the window. What do you think is going to happen when the judge sees our documents versus what you see on social media today? Because I'm gonna tell you this, unless any of them can prove that they got professionals that says, yeah, they're correct, I would stay far away from them. Because no matter how you look at it, it's all the variation of the same sovereign citizen. So it doesn't matter how it's titled, it doesn't matter how it's styled, no, it doesn't matter if you reject the title of a sovereign citizen, if you submitted a process or done a process with that intent, you are doing a sovereign citizen process, whether you knew it or not. This email was sent earlier today.
Okay, I'm almost wasted and my drip is on a spaceship. One more sip, yes, I can taste it. Come to my exact location. I'm so tired of my probation. Doing time for real vacation. I just toasted this occasion to give myself standing ovation. What I'm drinking, that brown, that white, up with the bar, sirs. That ass is attractive like a magnet. I never dodged her. Why drink my problems away? And that alcohol is my sponsor, and I will indulge it to the point of death. That's only if my heart hurts, cause relationships never last, and being faithful is a thing of the past. Everybody's only after one thing. Both sexes can relate to that. Can we place a bed when I hit it from the back? Get your face in my pillow when I palm on your ass. Yeah, I graduated from the bottom of my class. Now I'm sitting at the top, you see the bottom of my glass. We can keep talking, I know this won't last. Credit acceptance was tryna finesse me, high interest payments. No, I couldn't let them get me caught in front of the house inside Mercedes Benz GLE. Was something wasn't right, I had to do it right. Yeah. Sent the email with the proof, then I filed a suit. Yeah, judge saw the evidence, then they called the truth. Just like that, gone. They settled quick, title on the way, and the debt was wiped away, and I ain't even had to pay. No, push the whip with a drip. You know I got the stick. You know I say the case. You know that they legit. Hey, proceed be the way. If you know how to play, get the win, drop order, then you get on out of the way. 50K right away. Thomas, did it right. Now these haters gotta say that Thomas did it right. Go talk about what to do, but Thomas did it right. No guessing about the law, cause Thomas did it right. Interest rates high, but Thomas couldn't stand it. They try to take advantage, couldn't put him in a panic. Little with the knowledge, running through his pockets, funds charging through the roof. Feel like Houston on a rocket. I landed in the booth, litigation like a pro. Tell me what you say. Guru filing lawsuits, but never wanna pay. Who bad is me? Balance sheet in the courts, casualty. Might liquidate up majesty. Y'all ain't even have his mid. Going in for the win. In this game, you sink or swim. Undercurrents pull you in. On cap from the brim, better take it on the chin. On the chin, arbitration got his truck. Caught on faking, sent the shots. With the cases running laps. Round these places, they ain't try. Didn't fight. Through the bait, didn't even bite. Guru talking like they know, but the law can't even sight. Got a Benz out the deal and then pay the full price. When they talk about Thomas, gotta say he did it right, did it right, did it right. Brothers who didn't fight, got Benz out the deal, never paid the full price. Did it right, went to court, went to fight. over 50K in debt. Wait away, Thomas did it right.
When you see all the receipts that I drop on a daily basis, all the progress in these court cases, what makes you think anything over here in the Supreme Elite team is misinformation? What makes you think that?
You're rocking with the best.
What makes you think anything over here is misinformation? I mean, we got an ex-SEC attorney, 27 years, decorated career, stamping me. We got an ex-Federal Reserve examiner, World Bank Monetary Fund, sits on the IFSAB board, stamping me. CPA, 25 years, stamping me. And that's one of my dear friends. Those are his friends. Access that he has, stamping me. I done dropped videos, clips, showed you results, showed you documents. What more do you need to see? And this is what I mean. Showing receipts in this space is a taboo. Nobody wants to really see a receipt because everybody has a certain belief on how it should go. And there's a certain thrill about chasing it, hoping to get there. So when you see someone that reached the mountaintop and settled with a multi-billion-dollar company, one of the largest auto lenders in the world, one of the world's largest multi-billions, settled with them pro se, that was totally different from what they believe. They hate it.
Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit accepting. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit acceptance. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas been lit, call him lit together. He been in the court with the litigation. Thomas known in the court like Jordan in the 80s. He did his research, had to plan it like his name is Katie. He put his foot on their neck like a foot fetish. Thomas is not a credit rookie, call him credit veteran. They try to throw a lion on him, but it couldn't catch him. The whole team did a dance, it's the credit stepper. He caught a chapter and a judge and they had to settle. We ain't even been to court, they just had to settle. We ain't even have a fort, they just had a level. On the ground with the gavel, we just had to wrestle. Yeah, Thomas not a rookie, this a vet, call him Top G. He a vet, top gun, he ain't never lost. Thomas know how to finance, he the top dog. Yeah, he been on the block, he is not a block. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit acceptance. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas settled the case. Thomas settled.
Hate it.
Silent as always, I had over.
You're rocking with the best. You bring that one back from the top.
Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit acceptance. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit acceptance. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas been lit, call him lit together. He been in the court with the litigation. Thomas known in the court like Jordan in the 80s. He did his research, had to plan it like his name is Katie. He put his foot on their neck like a foot fetish. Thomas is not a credit rookie, call him credit veteran. They try to throw a line on him, but it couldn't catch him. The whole team did a dance, it's the credit stepper. He caught a chapter and a judge and they had to settle. We ain't even been to court, they just had to settle. We ain't even have a fort, they just had a level. On the ground with the gavel, we just had to wrestle. Yeah, Thomas not a rookie, this a vet, call him Top G. He a vet, top gun, he ain't never lost. Thomas know how to finance, he the top dog. Yeah, he been on the block, he is not a block. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit acceptance. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit acceptance. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he raised, yeah. Thomas with the knowledge, calling Dr. Seuss.
Yeah!
You're rocking with the best.
Once again,
You're rocking with the best.
For those in the back.
You're rocking with the best.
Now, I like to see my background. I like to see my background live. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. What makes him so different from the rest of us? And the answer is, unless you are mentally decapitated, unless you have mental issues that doesn't allow you to, your faculties, if you have all your faculties with you, I am no different than you. I am no different than the next person. What separates me is what most people, the lanes that most people are unwilling to go down. I'm going to go down that road. And one of the biggest separators between me and everybody else, because at this point, it's just me, and then there's everybody else. And I say that as humbly as possible, but as confident as possible at the same time. And the reason why it's me, as far as teachers wise, if you want to call them teachers, I honestly, if you want my personal opinion, any person that's like me, you don't have a legal background in this stuff, although I went to college for business management and applied science. Even if, oh yes, it's true, it was in my pre-sentencing investigation in my Fed case. Is very, I went to ITT Tech. They're not open anymore. But this is 2011. But what really makes me different from everyone else is a lot of people that you see, the reason why they can't sustain what I'm able to sustain is that they don't have the years and the experiences of being in court, dealing with court. Most people's first time ever stepping into a courtroom is when they're being sued. I mean, that's obviously not the first experience you should have with court, but we won't get into that. But what makes me different from everybody else is my patience and attention to the smallest details are unmatched by anyone I've been in this space.
You're rocking with the best.
My ability to sweat you out and walk you down slowly, methodically, very slow. My ability to walk them down slowly, methodical, where when I move, it's no wasted steps. Most people, when I mean a wasted step is, all right, you filed this didn't work, I got to do this. Oh, this didn't work, now I got to do that. This didn't work, now I got to go back to the drawing board. Well, this process didn't work, now I got to try this process. This process didn't. No. See, that's the difference between me and everybody else. Every step I move, every step I make is methodical. and it has meaning. And there's a reason why I'm asking a question. It's a reason why I'm filing this document now. I'm filing this document to set you up later on down the line in litigation. Most people are filing a document to get themselves out of the debt right then and there. See, there's a difference. There's a difference. My camera is still. Hey, I'm about to contact Apple. They stealing. Camera's always blurry. And no matter what anybody tells you out there, y'all, when these teachers are talking about helping people out in court, let's move on whether they can do it for themselves. That's obvious. They haven't shown the receipts yet. It's going into February. You still haven't seen nothing. So I'm not even expecting legitimate receipts. What I'm expecting to see is now all of a sudden I see on TikTok is fake orders. Fake orders. You know, my order is real. You know, like my real orders. What I see now on TikTok is fake orders. Like, let's bring this to the stage, like right there. See, that's from today. And the account was moved off the credit line, and zero balance, which I showed. See, these are real. See, these are real. See, there's no discrepancy with this. See, there's nothing you got to be like, yeah, I see the win, but it just looks shaky. Let me do some more investigation. And then when I do, I'm like, they didn't get a stipulation. The plaintiff just withdrew the motion for summary judgment. It could have been plenty of reasons why they withdrew it. They just withdrew it. There's no stipulations to dismissal. They just withdrew it. Like, and then we have people online saying that because this happened, that's why I told people that I won. No, teachers. You can't insinuate a win. You got to show the actual win. But we get it. I understand now. I'm not green enough to not recognize that the same teachers people are following, those are the same teachers that's still trying to figure it out, just like everybody else. I get it. But the reason why, no matter who you follow, if you have no experience with court, you are going to lose in the beginning. Everybody has to hold their L's. Everybody takes losses in the beginning. You get your wins by learning from your losses and tighten up your game. Every professional lawyer that I talk to, that I know, that I have on speed dial, all took L's before. In court, losses are all a part of the game. You win some, you lose some. But we hope that you win way more than what you lose. And that's the name of the game. Wins and losses. No in-betweens, wins and losses, outcomes. And what a lot of people don't realize yet, especially dealing with court is a profession. Court is a profession. People make careers out of being in court. It's a profession. Court is not an extension of your process. It's its own separate entity with its own sets of rules, with its own sets of guidelines. So many people, although they're still going to be out here chasing their tail, because that's what average people do. They chase their tails They look for shortcuts. They look for one document magic tricks. But they don't ever seem to recognize that maybe it's their methods that's the problem, and not so much as the system has it out for them or the judges are corrupt. Anyone that says judges are corrupt, even though I'm saying that it's not foreign, but we're talking about everyday court. Anytime any teacher, a student attributes a loss to the judges being corrupt, or they just not wanting the truth out, or don't want you to expose a fraud, those are people that have zero understanding of this system. You are never going to win on trying to expose a system that you yourself rely on. Want to know why people rely on these systems? Question is, why are you being sued anyway for the debt? I thought you had a secret account. I thought you can just access it at any time. But given the fact that people fill out the application, they go to the corporation for the credit. They don't go directly to their account, their secret account for the credit first. You notice every single situation, they never go to their secret account first. You know where they do go? They go to the corporation for financing. Now, throughout the course of the transaction in their relationship, you will see a negotiable instrument pop up as payment of a debt. So when I analyze that, I always look at the consistency in the history of the case. And in every case that I've seen, in every case that I've dealt with, there has been very few times that when a person sends me their documents filed in a case, that there's not going to be a self-created negotiable instrument tendered in good faith. Very rare. I'm going to say 95% of the time, people's documents that they send to me is always going to include a negotiable instrument that they created on an account that they don't have direct access to, using some UCC laws. And then attached to that document is either some instructions or notification that the Treasury is going to make the payment, or some type of threat or argument of why they didn't accept the negotiable instruments payment and claiming that they're in dishonor. It's like clockwork. So then I asked myself, if this was the approved method of payment, why didn't they just pay that way from the beginning? Why make normal payments from your account, which is on the payment history and on the payment ledger, evidencing that you acknowledge the debt? But we're not going to talk about that. Why from the very first payment, you didn't just tender the negotiable instrument? It's because most people, instead of understanding the system they partake in, they rather do processes to get them out of a system that they themselves put themselves in from the beginning. When you go to these people looking for financing, you are stepping in their world. Whatever you believe how the system works, throw it out the window, because nobody who's received success in these spaces has never done it in a manner that has to deal with the UCC, constitutional law, and all these other sovereign citizen claims that y'all peddle every day that's been rejected for the past 40 years. Nobody who wins does that. So we're never going to act like, I don't care about your third-party remedies. I don't care about that you know someone. You've never won with it. All you've done was spent money and get stuck with the repossession. You don't have the vehicle anymore. You've been foreclosed on. They've been garnishing your wages. They got your judgments. And I'm saying this, and I'm comprising overall of the people that I've talked to. That's always been the occurrence by them following these sovereign citizen metrics. So no, none of you has ever won. Y'all can go online and gaslight the ignorant students all you want, because even a fool sounds intelligent to an ignorant person. So that doesn't work over here. You're talking to a professional that knows how to read case law, that knows how to decipher documents, that knows how to read a balance sheet, that knows securities law. None of y'all know that. So let's just put all the nuances and the semantics to the side. So they'll go with these instruments. Now, logically, you got to ask yourself, why does these instruments pop up in the manner in which they do? And the reality is, when you actually tender these non-existent instruments to get out of your debt, what you're really doing is actually building a case for the other side. And the reality is, cold hard facts. Part of this game, if you ever want to be successful and be able to reach your own settlements and to be able to legally get out of an obligation because you legally did it the right way, hence me, what you're going to have to do is understand that in this game, you're going to have to learn how to hold L's just as much you'll be happy and accept your wins. If you don't know how to take a loss, or you're doing everything to shy away from a loss, you're in the wrong space, especially court. Don't go to court. If you are scared to lose in court, don't go to court. If you are so desperate that you're doing anything, don't go to court. If you are going in court for the sole purpose of saving a house or home or vehicle, whatever, you have already lost. Uh-oh, I'm not being popular. I'm not supposed to say that. Because when you go into court for the sole purpose of trying to save a house or a vehicle, you are treating court like an extension of the processes that you're used to. And what you file is an extension of what you believe. You can file a bill of exchange all you want that says the Treasury is responsible for the payment. You can tender a negotiable instrument with instructions that the Treasury is responsible for the payments all you want. None of that is going to get you anywhere where you believe it's supposed to take you. Now, why am I saying things that are totally contrast where everybody believes? Why do I do that? Lamar, why do you always come online and tell people that their hopes and dreams are invalid and everything that they stand for is illegitimate and nothing that they're doing has any merit and it's all L's upon L's upon L's upon L's? Why do I always do that? You want to know why I do that? It's because I'm trying to bring people back to planet Earth. Yeah. Hey, tell your cousin I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to her later. And then I got this other girl from Facebook that reached out. I send you what she sent me. I think she sent me an email, but I gotta check it. All right. And shout out to those people that reached out to me. My wife's cousin, she reached out to me. Then another young lady on Facebook reached out to me. Yeah, I have no problem working with y'all. We're gonna do everything we can to get you the desired results from a realistic and legal standpoint. I don't do makeups. I don't do make-believe. I'm not a magician. I follow practical law. I told a person today, I said, I read what was filed on the record. Let me be honest with you. Unless you're still not in possession of the property, you need to withdraw this. Yeah, I said it. What was filed on the record what was filed, the assertions that was made, it's not going to survive their motion for summary judgment. I can come in and still respond to the motion for summary judgment. But here's another thing about court. Court doesn't start in your mind. You think court starts when you find someone that knows what they're talking about. See, you think what you put on the record before, what you filed before, oh, it just goes out the window and the courts are going to see you from now. No. When you put any filing on the court that is frivolous, has no basis of law and fact, and then let's say you reach out to me and say, hey, I need you to respond to this motion. My motion that I respond, it's not going to override that motion for summary judgment, because they filed a motion for summary judgment based on your original pleadings. They didn't file a motion for summary judgment based on our original response right then and there. So whatever that's in your initial complaint or your bill, whatever you file, it needs to have all the elements that I would have had, unless you're going to lose. Because courts don't work. You don't get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bites at the apple in court. You get one shot. You get one shot in court. Am I filing bankruptcy just to stall off doesn't work. They're going to they're dismissing bankruptcies left and right, because they know 90% of bankruptcies in this space are never filed in good faith. If you're looking at bankruptcy to get yourself out of the obligation or staging off, it's a good mechanism to do, just to buy that time to stage it off. But you need to have your real game plan behind it, because they're going to dismiss it. See, these are the things that I wish y'all social media teachers would have told y'all, because maybe you wouldn't be running around here with your head still stuck up your ass. For real. Y'all head so far up your own ass, you can smell what you ate last month. Hey, yo, stream y'all, clip that.
You're rocking with the best.
And remember, Lamont doesn't have to do anything that's suitable for you. Lamont doesn't have to tone down. Lamont doesn't have to calm down. Lamont doesn't have to, hey, don't just be not. I don't have to do that. Want to know why? One reason. I already know what's going on. I'm adequate to defend myself and my family in any situation. I'm a pillar in my family. I got about 7 family clients. Oh, yeah, they pay too. All weekend, but Facebook Messenger blinging with that. Hey, yo, bro, cuz, I didn't know you did that. Hey, yo, I need to pay me. You look into my auto. Hey, cuz, you know I got a mortgage. Why didn't you say something? You was at my house. I let things evolve organically. Yo, me and my husband want you to look into our mortgage for us, cuz, please. Hey, cuz, I got you. I'll be over at your house. I sit down with y'all. We'll put a plan together. Nah, don't trip, cuz. That's another thing. These gurus always seem to care so much about the people they've never met online. They always seem to care so much about them. Like God dropped them from the sky on Facebook for the sole purpose of helping them. But you never ever see any evidence of them freeing their own family members or themselves. I find that very. Now let's just break it down. I'm trying to listen. If y'all know of a reason better than me, let me know. But I've never seen their own family members come on and give their own family testimonies that's actually taken in good faith. What I don't want to see is third-party emails, because everybody wins. Hey, if emails was the standard on whether someone's been successful or not, every guru in this space, oh, they'll be up there, because it tends to always be some sort of emails. Hey, it worked. Already telling on yourself. What do you mean it worked? Either you're following the rules or you're not. What do you mean it? What do you mean by it worked? What does that mean? Did you try something outside the court rules? I mean, if you follow the rules of procedure and you know how to litigate, what do you mean it worked? Your chances of winning increases drastically. So what do you mean it worked? Or we won. Then why are you blocking out the plaintiff's name, the defendant's name, the case law name, this name, this name, this name? Why are you blocking all that out? I mean, at least you know it was me against credit acceptance. All right. So let's get into why online gurus, cases online gurus cite, and the real posture of those cases. I want to get into that. I want to share something with y'all. So what we are going to do is, I'm sorry I didn't have it pulled up, but we're going to get into the reality of these situations so you can at least be informed. I want everybody to be informed before they make a decision. So let's take a quick break, and then we're going to clap.
Foot on a neck like a foot fit. Time and settle the case. Big checks from credit accepting. Time and settle the case. You see the gavel and he read. Yeah. Time and settle the case. Big checks from credit accepting. Time and settle the case. You see the gavel and he read. Yeah. Thomas been lit, call him litigator. He been in the court with the litigation. Thomas known in the court like Jordan in the 80s. He did his research, had a planet like her name is Katie. He put his foot on their neck like a foot fetish. Thomas is not a credit rookie, call him credit veteran. They try to throw a lion on him, but they couldn't catch him. The whole team did a dance, it's the credit stepper. He caught a chapter and a judge and they had to settle. We ain't even been to court, they just had to settle. We ain't even have a fort, they just had a level. On the ground with the gavel, we just had to wrestle. Yeah, Thomas not a rookie, this a vet, call him Top G. He a vet, top gun, he ain't never lost. Thomas know how to finance, he the top dog. Yeah, he been on the block, he is not a block. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit accepting. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he read. Yeah. Thomas settled the case. Big checks from credit accepting. Thomas settled the case. You see the gavel and he read. Yeah. Thomas with a knowledge, call him Dr. Sue.
Call him with a knowledge, call him Dr. Sue. Okay. This list covers the most common cases and doctrines used online to sell false confidence, sovereign citizen logic, or guarantee wins. And before we get into all that, let me explain why I use the word sovereign citizen. I already know that the answers that they gave y'all to deny it were identical to the answers that they gave to the people in the 90s. So when a sovereign citizen is called sovereign citizen, number one, no person is going to be called sovereign citizen for no rhyme or reason. There's going to be something that rings a bell. They said a trigger word is something that's sovereign citizen. But a sovereign citizen is not, it's a phrase used to categorize classes of people who all share the same beliefs. It's just a catch-all phrase. Whether you call yourself an American national, American Republic, indigenous to the land. It's just a catch-all phrase. Don't get so caught up in the term. More so, why don't you ask yourself, why are you being called a sovereign citizen? Because you don't get called one for no reason. So a sovereign citizen is a catch-all phrase developed by the courts and federal state agencies to identify the section of the public who thinks a certain way. It's mainly about elimination of debts, being exempt from laws, ignoring laws that they don't want to comply with, citing common law, maritime law, court challenging the court's jurisdiction, not paying taxes, not being responsible for that, just willy-nilly, unless there's an injured party, you can't do nothing to me. No jurisdiction, no nothing. I could just do whatever I want. Now, the people that were saying identical to what people are saying today, they was calling themselves sovereign citizens 35, 40 years ago. So that is one hurdle that no person has ever answered when I ask, okay, if you're not a sovereign citizen, why are you saying the same things that the people who called themselves sovereign citizens 30, 40 years ago, identical, down to your responses to being called a sovereign citizen? Because the main responses are, there's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. You can't be a sovereign and a citizen. A sovereign citizen is an oxymoron. Those was what they were telling people to say so they wouldn't get like prejudiced by being labeled it. So they say, hey, if you're called a sovereign citizen, you say these three things to rebut the presumption that we're sovereign citizens. Although we really are, we just deny that we are. Remember, you're not going to be called a sovereign citizen based on just like branding you for no reason. It's going to be something you said. It's going to be a method, a process, some buzzwords that's going to trigger that response. So don't take it too personal. So this list covers most common cases and doctrines used online to sell false confidence. As a matter of fact, 1 second, let's do this. That ain't gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work. Y'all let me know if that was work. I was trying to do the background music while I talk. If y'all can still hear me clear over the music, just let me know. If not, I'll just stop it. United States versus Muncie Trust Corporation Company, 1947. What gurus claim set off is an absolute right. Debts cancel each other automatically. The government recognizes private set off without court approval. These are the common things. Okay. These are the common things that you're going to hear when you hear that case cited. United States versus Muncie Trust Corporation, 1947. I told you, it's always a case from the 18th and 19th century. Now, reality. The case involves government contract offsets, not consumer debts. Set off is equitable, y'all. Discretionary and fact specifics, meaning whether you get a set off or not is going to depend on the facts and circumstances totality. What doesn't help you is if you're in default and trying to raise claims. If you're in default trying to raise claims and claim a breach of contract while you're in default, you can't raise breach of contract because the one who wants to raise the argument of a breach of contract cannot be in breach of the contract themselves. And it's not up to you to determine whether your contract is unenforceable or void. It's for a court to determine. And that's another thing. People think that as soon as they believe or think something doesn't apply, they move off that. I'm telling you, don't do that. Courts require mutuality of parties, liquidated debts, and of course, the jurisdiction to decide. And the reason why people's claims don't win in court, especially the sovereign citizen claims, when I say sovereign citizen claims, it means the same claims that people raise over and over again and always got denied, because the courts don't even have jurisdiction to even give you the relief you grant. This is why when they dismiss it because the courts lack jurisdiction. The reason why they say that is because the claims have no basis in law and fact. So if your claims have no basis in law and fact, the court cannot exercise subject matter jurisdiction over the relief that you seek. And since they cannot exercise subject matter jurisdiction, they have to dismiss the case for failure to state a claim. And they're either going to do it on their own accord, or they're going to do it on a motion by the other party, which is typically in federal court a Rule 12b6 motion. And it's basically saying your claims are so frivolous and nonsensical that you're wasting everybody's time. And what I'm telling people is, when the teachers lose because they're doing the same things that everybody else do, if you want the courts to rule and that check is cash, you all know what the real, you want to know what money is, walk into 7-Eleven. Whatever device that you use to pay for whatever items you get out of 7-Eleven, that's what you got to pay everywhere else. Let's stop with the bills of exchange. Let's stop with the self-created negotiable instruments. You know what real money, lawful, legal tender, what's acceptable in the United States. You want to know how I know? Because before you sent that fraudulent negotiable instrument, you was already paying on. Not willing to pay your bills, do not expect to benefit the benefits of equities and get shown equity if you don't want to pay your bills. All it boils down to, we all know why they don't pay the filing fee, because they can't afford it. We're not going to act like we don't know why they don't pay the filing fee. They can't afford it. They can't even afford to pay their way to stand on their claims. They need the judge's help for that. For the administrative judge, the judges ain't this. You also need the judge's help to get federal made an appearance, and the case sits there. But she may win it. But that's dealing with money from her account. That's dealing with money from her account. We all know what happened with that $1.7 million house. We know. And have the lawyer continues to. I've been advised by credit acceptors that your account was closed on Friday. Attaches an updated transaction history reflecting a zero. Like the ex-SEC attorney, he is light years above my level. Oh, he is light years above my level. So you gotta, like lawyers, they log a certain amount of hours of being in court. They log hours. You gotta have your in-court experience. So the fact that she's missing that element, that takes years to build up. And since she doesn't practice it professionally, you got to ask yourself, when are the chances she's going to be in these courtrooms litigating like that if she doesn't practice it professionally? As I say, about another 7 to the next 10 years, I think she'll probably be on her way. But what she can do, she can limit that time. She can limit that time. Just like everyone else can limit that time by establishing the fundamental principles of what the SET is going to offer.
Don't miss out on this opportunity to litigate like a seasoned professional. Join the Supreme Elite Team University.
Thomas in the lobby, folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume with stories in the fine lines.
SETU begins February 7th. The SETU begins February 7th. Are you joining my Supreme Elite Team University?
Daddy.
Yes. Are you joining my Supreme Elite Team University?
Nope.
Why?
Yeah.
Why don't you join the university? It's February 7th. You joining? You don't want to?
Yes.
Okay. All right, y'all. We got the youngest one signing up. That's gonna be $250 for you, by the way, Pat. So, with the Supreme Elite Team University, actually, you know what? Let's get back to it. I done got all track. So the Erie Railroad versus Tompkins, 1938. What gurus claim the gurus claim that there is no more, that courts are federal common law. The courts are only federal common law. And they also think that courts are operating illegally. Even though the Supreme Court handles cases from the state damn near every day, judges can't apply equity, or they can't apply equity on the other side, or apply equity against them because they're not United States citizens. I never understood how people could claim not to be United States citizens, but they still want to benefit from the protections that United States citizens get. Reality, the Erie versus Tompkins case limits federal courts inventing substantive law, meaning the federal courts, when you take a case to the federal court, I don't even know if I want to say this because I feel like the teachers are just going to go back and bite and act like they came up with it on their own without giving me my credit. I wouldn't mind speaking freely if the teachers who watch from the clouds to go back and rewatch the video would come back and be like, yo, I got this from Thomas. And I know why they don't do it, because they don't want people to leave them and come over here. Like I want to deal with a bunch of low-hanging fruits. You think I want to be caught up with a bunch of low-hanging fruits? Hey, Thomas, I got a case next week. Hey, I don't know what to do. Hey, Thomas, I got a case. Can you file this for me? I don't know what to do. Thomas, I got this. This took my vehicle. This happened. I don't have any money right now. I have no way to pay you. Can I give you like $100 to start? I want to hear that shit. I hear that sob. Stop calling my phones with sob stories. I don't care. You're not getting shit for free. Stop calling. Stop sending long diatribes. Straight to the point. What service do you need? What's going on? Let me know. Did you pay? Did you not pay? What are you really trying to do? I don't want to hear these long stories of why you found a lawsuit. Are you trying to get out the bed? Are you trying to keep the property? You can't just afford the bill anymore. Be straight up, direct. I ain't got time for all that other fluff. Blah. But stop calling me, texting me, sending emails with long. I don't read them. You know what I say? So what are you looking for? What's your budget? That's when you send 5 paragraphs of an email, I'm going to respond with 2 words, maybe a sentence. Okay, so what service are you looking for and what's your budget? Don't tell me how the system corrupted you and how you got a sweet case and we can get. I don't want to hear none of that. Do you have the money to pay? Yes. If you don't get services. That's what it is. Can you pay for the university? Yes. If you don't, you're not joining. I don't give a shit about what you think, what I'm supposed to do when I took the time, dedication, and the years to perfect my craft. I don't give a shit how anyone thinks how I'm supposed to do with it, what I'm supposed to do with it. I'm not Moses. I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not the Messiah. I'm not the Savior. If you don't have the money to pay, do not hit my phone. You're not getting nothing. Yes, mortgages. I don't even turn on my laptop under $10,500. I don't even turn my laptop on. Autos. I don't even click on this laptop unless it's $7,500. Off the break, I don't give a shit how much evidence you came up with. That's what it costs. Credit cards are a little more flexible depending on the amount of the debt. Probably the cheapest you can get, because credit cards are very easy to defend. Actually, mortgages are easier than all that. You're paying me for what I know. You're not paying me for my work. I already know I'm arguing. Let me see the copy of the complaint. Let me see it. And that's it. I already know I'm arguing. You're just paying me for what I know. That's all you're paying me for. Actually, you're paying me for my competence. That's the value of it. I know how to argue mortgages in court. Mortgages are some of the biggest, homes are some of the biggest assets people can own. Normal rates for seasoned professionals about 25,000. I said, you know what? I'll go 10,500. That sounds about right for me to just go slap the arguments on the paper, slap the case law, slap the case precedents, cite about 15, 20 cases to support what I'm saying, slap how the courts consistently rule on foreclosure claims, and all of them are in agreements with me. That's about 10,500. Most people, damn, that's it, and you charging that much? Well, why don't you know it then if it's so easy to know? See, you see the finished product. You don't see the years it took to perfect it. You just see the finished product. But no, there's no freebies. There's no power to the people. I'm not here to save a goddamn soul. Let's just make it, because I know people want to have these classes for $250 or $150 or $75 to make it more affordable so they can get as many people in. Not me. I only plan on handling 3 mortgage cases a year anyway, until I fully retire. And then I will sell my whole mortgage defense in any state, any situation for $250,000. SEC lawyer approved defenses. How to argue securitization accurately. How to argue accounting accurately. Case law to support it, Kenyana. All that, $250,000. Get all my files for $250,000. And regardless if a soul joins or not, I utilize it anyway. So I'm going to be good regardless. I'm going to be good regardless. And since I know it on this level, I don't go around trying to set off everything. I still pay. Listen, do you think if I really wanted to, all my bills, I could just take all their asses to court? I don't do that. I pay. I still pay too, because there's no point. I prove my point with credit acceptance. I prove my point. I don't got to keep going around every 5 seconds doing it, because then you're going to abuse it, and then they're going to start shutting you down. I know when to get in, when to get out, when to make the claims, when to just pay. Because I have a vehicle free and clear that almost there's a contract value 43, almost 50,000 wiped away. Paid 10,077 into it. The rest was forgiven. I'm good. And I got the vehicle, the title on the way, free and clear. I'm good. If I wanted to, I can rinse and repeat. I'm good. Have another Mercedes-Benz sitting out there in the driveway. I didn't go file lawsuits against them yet. No, I'm gonna pay. Pay for a while. Probably pay for like a year or two. And then it might come with them. Get about a year or 2 payments in. Ain't tripping. Because I'm not desperate. See, desperate people abuse these situations. When you're desperate, you abuse it. When you know how to argue all this shit by yourself, you don't need a lawyer. From in-court oral arguments to lawsuits to motions and pleadings and responses, you can do it all yourself. There's no pressure. There ain't no pressure. What's the pressure? There ain't no pressure. Literally, if someone's to sign up for a mortgage defense, they paid the 10,500. I swear to God, within the next 30 days, their whole case is going to be done. Their whole case is going to be done. Like I said, mortgages are the easiest to file. Well, do you have evidence you've been successful before? You know I do. You know I do. Do you have evidence? I'm not like y'all. I'm not like y'all gurus. Do you have evidence? Hold on 1 second. I'm nowhere near like y'all gurus. See, they don't have evidence to back up they know how to deal with mortgages. They don't have evidence. I do. They have no evidence to show that they are equipped to. They playing games with these people's homes. They experimenting at the bequest of y'all. They nah, for real. They practicing. They using, nah, I'm being dead serious. They using y'all mortgages to experiment. And all they gonna do to argue, they're gonna use the same pass down sovereign citizen stuff to argue. You know, I already know what they're gonna argue. They're gonna argue lack of chain of assignment. What else they gonna argue? I already tell you what they're gonna argue. Chain of assignment, improper chain of assignment, walking themselves right into a trap. Someone gonna hit me. Someone hit me in the comments. TikTok. Do you know how to do it? Huh? Do you know how to do it?
Okay, so it looks like on our side we do not hold a copy of that. You would have to get in contact with. I haven't even pulled that side. Give me just a moment. That's just Enrollment.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Just a moment here. Okay, it looks like the balance is 0.
Okay. All right. All right. But maybe I have a question. All right. Okay. All right.
0.
Okay. All right.
Looks like the balance is 0. Okay, it looks like the balance is 0. Okay, it looks like the balance is 0. Okay, it looks like the balance is 0. Our side, we do not hold. So it looks like on our. Okay, so it looks like on our side, we do not hold a copy of the deed or the title. You would need to get in contact with the county.
I'm going to see that you don't write this off the books. I'm mortgage. I put $378,000 owed on the mortgage. I pretty much said, hey, if you don't write this off the books, I'm going to blow your books up. See? Shit is old news. I got another one coming out of Illinois. That's the one we waiting on. I got another one. They still ain't do shit about the other one. I got another one. They still ain't show receipts from my other one. And I got another one. Shit is child's play. Shit is child's play. Nah, for real. Shit, child's play. I don't understand why people act like this shit is so hard. Shit is child's play. When you follow my teachings, it becomes very easy. Only when you want to take a shortcut, when you follow my teachings, it becomes easy. There are no shortcut remedies with this. Listen, I sat on Navy Federal for 16 months. Do you actually think I move fast? I'm a slow cooker. I cook that pot up. When we stir the pot, we stir like this. I see a potential roadblock. Hold on, let's get that out of there. All right, let me taste it. Another 3 months that went by. All right, let's stir it again. All right. So what we got? All right, we got a 7-course meal. All right, so we got our initial complaint. We already know how they operate. We already know what they're going to say. We already know how they defend. We already know their internal operations inside and out. All right, so inside this complaint, we're already going to respond to their defense before they get a chance to respond to the defense. Hey, Your Honor, the defendant may want to argue. Bam. Hey, Your Honor, the defendant may want to come and say this. Bam. Your Honor, the defendant may argue that this, but bam, bam, bam. Courts have consistently held. Bam, 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 bam.
You're rocking with the best.
Slow cook them. Slow cook it. So I did with credit acceptance. I slow cooked them. Complaint. And I was thinking, all right, what are they going to use to try to get out of this? Arbitration. Duh. They always do it. Well, let me invalidate that. Bam. Hey, Mr. Thomas, we're going to move for arbitration, but we kind of see that you're going to defend it. Oh, yeah. By the way, before we get to the proposal, why don't you take this little mini motion? Try and go for arbitration if you want. Because I know the difference. And I'm in a state where the FAA doesn't overrule federal courts. Uh-oh. What? You mean to tell me whether your case gets arbitration or not all depends on just where you reside? That's what I'm saying, man. But nah, it's not fair because I got real professionals on my team. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got people that if I don't tell y'all, you will never know. And those of you who work with other professionals, you know how it goes. Nah, for real. Unless you know other professionals that know this, if I don't tell you, you're not gonna know. So it is kind of unfair. It's a good unfair advantage. Like I know what happens behind the scenes with mortgages that they will never admit in public and that you will never know unless you work behind the scenes and process the payments to them. Like I know the real reason why foreclosure is being filed from an accounting standpoint. Like I know once a foreclosure is filed, yeah, you ain't paid the debt in public, but behind the scenes, I already know the real. See, that's an advantage. So are we going to win way more than we lose? As a matter of fact, once I'm the plaintiff and I file for you as the plaintiff, oh, I'm anticipating settlements all day. We ain't going to trial with this. I know it's too much. It's too damaging. Remember, I didn't just study how credit acceptance operates. Let me show you who I studied. Let me tell you who I study how it operates. United Wholesale Mortgage, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Chase, Nike, Warner Brothers, Lionsgate, Postal Service, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, US Bank, United Bank, PNC, Velocity, Midland, Guinea Mae, Freddie Mac, Sally Mae, Small Business Administration, Treasury Receivables, the Treasury accounts, IRS receivables accounts. You getting the picture of what I know? Is this starting to seek in what I really know up here? I know the system, how all of them work. Not just your anecdotal, not my anecdotal, how all of them work. CDOs, collateralized debt obligations, mutual funds, secondary market, the accounting, balance sheet, trust, insurance agreements, SEC filing, ASC filing, the accounting reports, beneficial ownership, all of it. I know how to dissect an 8K. I can dissect a 10K. I can dissect a 10. I can dissect all of it. Their registration statements. I know how corporate financing works. I know how the warehouse facilities work. I know how they get their lines of credits. I know who's really responsible for the debt. I know who's being pledged for the debt. I know who's really entitled to the payment. I know how the payment streams works. I know about the investors. I know about the conduit vehicles. I know about the collateral agents. I know how to do their accounting. I know on-book balance sheets. I know off-book balance sheets. I know RC this. I know RC that. I ain't gonna say the name of the number because they're gonna jump on it. I know RC this. I know off balance sheets that. I know what they really call your down payment. I know that you're not really entitled to it, but they word it in a way that makes it mandatory. But when they do it behind the scenes, it makes it seem like you voluntarily did for it. I got the accounting on that. And I got where they moved that off the books. And I got where it says that's refundable. And we make that part of the claim. And then we substantiate it with case law. Because even though it's the accounting, there's still a legal term for it. And it's called, but we take the accounting, we take securities, we take securitization, we take state law, we take federal law, we take tax law, we take property rights, we take equitable rights, we snag from bankruptcy, we snag from the SEC, we snag from the OCC, we snag from the FFIEC, We snag from the ASC. We snag from all of the regulatory agencies. Then we get to Harvard Law Review, Michigan Law Review, Western State Law Review, William Mary Law Review. What does this lawyer got to say in the system? What does this lawyer got to say about the system? What about these college professors? Oh, a judge wrote a book? Oh, Deloitte Securitization Manual? Oh, the top big four? Oh, PwC. Oh, then I consult with the ex-SEC attorney. Is this correct? Thank you, I knew it was. Deloitte, this is right? Fannie Mae, this is exactly how it goes, right? You're absolutely right. Do you get the picture? Do you get the picture? What this shit really hitting on over here? Ain't no run-of-the-mill teacher. Run laps around your average teacher. What I know, they don't even know exists. So I can't debate none of them. Hey, it's a promissory note when you sign it. But what is it after they get it? No, it's not what none of you think. They have their own specific legal accounting terms for it. Damn, I know it's a deed of trust, but the deed of trust ain't nothing but a piece of paper, ain't it, Fannie Mae worker? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Just a piece of paper. You knew that. And then you wonder why I say mortgages are the easiest to defend. As a matter of fact, every mortgage company people I'm representing right now, they've already lost the case. They just think you don't know it yet. Because if you really knew accounting the way I teach it, the way the professionals teach it, from the professionals I study, from the system I study, it's impossible for them to win if you know how to argue. It's impossible. They already lost. They know you don't know it, though. Another one. Everybody's so caught up on the contract. Why are you caught up on the contract? The contract has nothing to do with the obligation. Why are you so caught up on the contract? Why are you so caught up on the blue wet ink signature? Why do you want to see the signature? Why do you want to see the wet ink signature? It has nothing to do with nothing. It has nothing to do with nothing. It has nothing to do with the price of eggs. Nothing to do with the tea of China. It has nothing to do with the man on the moon. You're setting yourself up for failure. When you argue the contract, when you argue the wet ink signature, did you not know the deed of trust, line 25, you said that you still agree to pay, even though you don't have the blue wet ink signature? Did you not know? You already signed the application. What does the Fannie Mae application say? The 10,003 form? I mean, the 1003 form? What does it say? It is perceived and assumed that the property will serve as security, securing this debt. Line 25, deed of trust. You agree to pay the debt, which is evidenced by the note, because you agreed to adopt the electronic signature over the blue wet ink signature, meaning you can't raise it as a defense later. Damn it. They are sucking the life away from people because of ignorance. They are sucking the life. They're just siphoning your property away from you one lawsuit at a time. They're stacking judges on you. And if you still want to be in the rat race and follow all these people that can't tell shit from apple butter, be my guest. Just don't come to me in the fourth quarter when you need a Hail Mary. Don't. We're here to get the job done. You don't have to like my tone. You don't like how I sound, the way I said. Make you feel so bad. Make you feel like you don't know nothing. Make it so doom and gloom. Make you feel like everything you believe is wrong. It don't matter. If you're here, if you want to get the job done, all I care is about getting the job done. None of that in between stuff. I don't need to make you feel good because you about to get hit by a car and I tackled you out the way. You're not going to say, hey, Lamont, why did you tackle me so hard? Oh, I'm trying to save your life. And it's going to be this over and it's the same arguments over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Do you not get tired of it? Do you not? Do you get tired of filing documents that you don't even understand? Making arguments that you're reading from a script you can't even defend in your sleep? See, this is what the SETU does. The SETU takes me and my professional circle, and we take all of our combined expertise and knowledge and we teach it to you. So when you're done, that's your foundation. So when you start to build on it brick by brick, you're not going to veer off to the right. You're not going to veer off to the left. You're not going to veer off to all this extra fluff. You're going to build right on the professional level, which will relay to you. You're going to go from reading Sovereign Citizen, Money, Modern Mechanics to law reviews. You're going to go from reading that to professional papers, put out the top professionals in this world. Because that's who I study from. I don't study from no one else that's not a seasoned professional in this game. Want to know why? Because they always win against us. Well, but that's not true because they didn't win against me. I won against a multi-billion-dollar company. If you want to learn how to win like a seasoned litigator, because that was nothing short of a masterpiece per the attorney. He said that was nothing short of a masterpiece what I found. I actually got emails from another lawyer. And I'm not going to show it because that was on the private side and I didn't want him to I didn't want to get myself jammed up by making it seem like that it's an admission of guilt. So I kind of it was off the record because I didn't want to say the email. I texted him, but even the lawyer gave me his props. He said, "Man, what an amazing job you did with that filer." The lawyer that represented CAC, he gave me his props. We on the email, we didn't on the phone. Text. He said, "I'm not going that because I don't want to like come back on me like you like." Oh, you're taking that as a admission of guilt when we already did settlement. I'm not gonna go down that lane. But there was that was an amazing job. With an amazing job with that filing. And these are top litigators. These are top litigators, y'all. For everybody saying, oh, it's conspiracy, you'll never win, it'll never they're lying to you. The only reason why they're telling you that is because they don't know. I'm telling you as someone that knows, that's been there, done that on multiple occasions. What are the three main debts? Auto, mortgage, credit cards. I got receipts for all of them. Been there, done that. So when y'all see me come online, I'm not coming online telling you what I think. I'm telling you as a matter of fact, this is how it, very few people I know you can take what they say out their mouths on face value. I need to be one of them. When it comes to this financial system, if I say it out of my mouth, you might as well take it to the bank and cash it in as gold because there's been no one who's went back to validate what I said out of my mouth and hasn't came back with, you are 100% correct. What I say out my mouth, at this point, you better just take it as gold. Because one thing about me, I'm never going to say anything that I don't already know, and I'm never going to ask a question that I don't already know the answer to. And I most never, ever will file a lawsuit on anyone's behalf where I cannot prove by preponderance of evidence what case law to substantiate what I'm saying. Everything that I talk about, I can prove in court. Now, you've seen all those different lanes that I said I pulled from. You've seen all those different things I said. I guarantee I could pull them all. I can mix all those different topics I mentioned and put it in a lawsuit and find case law to support my position. It's like I did with mine. It's like I did with everybody else's. You ain't gotta. Well, hold on. You said 100%. Because I tell my group, don't listen to what I say. Do not take what I say at face value. I don't even want you, even though I know I'm not sitting here wasting y'all time or my time. But what I'm saying is, I don't want you getting a habit of just because they sound like they know what they talk about, just because they know what they talk about. Don't get in the habit with anyone. You make sure you verify everything you say for yourself. So I tell my group, don't take nothing I say as face value. This is where you can go find it yourself. Know it for you. See, my university, I don't keep people like always relying on me. I'm teaching people how to be able to do what I do and not better. So you ain't got to rely on none of these gurus. I'm actually trying to starve these gurus because none of them know what they talking about. So if you look at my university versus theirs, how dare you go back to theirs? Because none of them is going to be on the level. To the point where you ain't got to pay nobody for nothing no more. Oh, I want this space to be starved of these gurus. And it only starts with the students. The students I can't starve them because I don't need them. So I never go to them. It's the ones out there that I'm trying to so you can see the reality of what the system really is versus what they telling you, so you can starve them. And you can get what you want in the process. You'll be adequately able to defend. And yes, we're going over court strategies, court rules, court everything, so you know how to actually defend it in court. Because I'm going to tell you this. A lawyer is not going to tell you this. A lawyer is not going to tell you this. A lawyer that knows this on the level that I know it and above, they're not going to tell you this. They're not going to tell you. Nah. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nah, I'm telling you, don't worry about it. They're not going to tell you. Through my connections, I was able to get the lawyer to drop. Oh my, and we ain't going to talk about the discovery. We're not going to talk about the discovery. We're not going to talk about the discovery. My discovery is so, I mean, I got pointers from the SEC attorney. So can you imagine what I'm asking for behind the scenes? These gurus won't even cross their peripheral to even know, to even think to ask for something like that, because a lot of things that I asked for discovery, you had to work on the other side to even know what's there to ask for. That's what I'm saying. It's like an unfair advantage for real. But it's a good unfair advantage to the students. It's horrible for these other teachers. That's why they got to hear, like Kiana, she got to hear to start a university now. Because, you know, Kiana Stones knows what my shit hitting on. Oh, she knows what it's hitting on. She knows I'm light years advantages. That's why she got to, like, dude, a lot of these gurus, they can't wait till one of their documents come through or they get a win. So they could be like, look, I'm matching Thomas. Because ever since I dropped my lawsuit, ever since it's dropped, it's been quiet. It's been quiet. Where the gurus at? Where the people y'all follow and listen to? I dropped the lawsuit. I dropped the settlement. I dropped the credit setters advise you that your account was closed on Friday. Attaches an updated transaction reflecting the zero balance per the settlement agreement. You got to do something. Where they at? Where they at? Because the longer this shit ride in the air, the more I've been right the whole time. I'm the new kid on the block. I'm Flu. Some people just getting hip to me. I'm just like the new kid on the block. So I'm coming in making all these assertions, and then I back off the Mickey with the settlement, I back out the Mickey. Naturally, everybody gonna start looking like everybody else. Like, where y'all at? I mean, he sure is. Where y'all at? Y'all been online longer than him. Where y'all at? He coming out of nowhere saying what y'all talking about is wrong, and he backed out the Mickey. It shows it. Stipulation, settlement, account zero. I went back and watched his videos from the time he filed the lawsuit, from the time he made the phone call after his account was put in NA status. I mean, where y'all at? I mean, from the time the account was put in NA status, where I mean,
house inside Mercedes Benz.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
Credit acceptance was trying to finesse me. High interest savings. No, I couldn't.
Where y'all at? The people want to. I don't want to know where y'all at. I know y'all ain't hitting on shit. But gurus out there, where y'all at? Ether 999 on TikTok. Where y'all at? You Mr. Auto Guru. Where y'all at? Show it. You know what you talk about. Show it. Don't talk. I don't want to hear no more talking. Don't talk. Don't talk. I want to hear you teaching the class about which way to go. Show it. Show it. Show it. Show it. Where you at? Show it. No, I don't want to hear shit. Show it. It's we all from St. Louis. Now you got to show it. I back out the Mickey. Now you got to show your Mickey. If you can't show your Mickey, that means everything you've been saying, you've been trying to get the money out of people to fucking keep yourself afloat because you have no remedy. You have no results. Because all you gurus online run from me when I start talking about results.
Let them get me caught in front of the house inside Mercedes Benz. GLE was something wasn't right. I had to do it right.
You got to show it. You got to show it. You got to show it now. You got to show that remaining balance zero now. You can't show nothing less than level without showing it. You gotta one up me or be right on par. No, you can't get away with creating fake orders because I'm going to do the reverse research and look up the docket sheet. I'm going to find out if it's legit, just like a credit debt collector guru. I caught this person making a fake order. I ain't gonna say your name, but I talked to you about it behind the scenes. Don't let me catch you doing it again.
Yeah. Sent the email with the proof, then I filed a suit. Yeah, judge saw the evidence.
It's getting spooky. It's getting spooky.
Then they call the truth, just like that, gone. They settle quick, title on the way.
It's getting spooky. Come on now. The people want to see.
And the debt will wipe away, and I ain't even had to pay. No, push the whip with a drip. You know.
Stipulation, order dismissing the case by stipulation, agreement of the parties signed by the judge. And they got the blue thing for the case, so you know what's really filed on the record. You gotta do something. You gotta do something. You got, you gotta do, gurus, you gotta do something. And I ain't gotta show you the document. Let's go right here. So ordered, stipulation of dismissal filed by credit acceptance, signed by Leon Brinkman, January 28th. Stipulation, over with. Entered on the record, a real settlement, real case dismissed.
You know I say the case, you know that they legit. Hey, proceed be the way, if you know how to play.
That speaks for, I don't even need to say nothing. There ain't nothing to say there. Everybody thought, oh, you trying to save that one. Now I got another one.
Get the wind drop order, then you get on out of the way. 50K right away.
Got another one. It's a bargaining chip. Title is on the way in the mail. I take that to DMV and refile it, leaned under my name. Did it the right way. That's what the SETU is going to teach you, how to do things the right way. Everything that people spend years in these spaces to accomplish, I got it accomplished through thorough research, proper interpretations, professional inputs. Started off with a letter in the email, because what you don't understand is the account got settled or was on NA for months since I filed the email. 2 days later, it was, they ain't never tried to collect ever again. And then I closed the home with the lawsuit. Do you think if I would have, there was holes in my lawsuit, they wouldn't have fought? They was looking, they was still trying to fight on the arbitration, but I closed that hole. You're going to learn how to do that with the thing. The thing. What's the thing, y'all? What we call the thing? The thing. Y'all think I got my numbers locked on? Because I don't know how to get it off. Trying to get it off. But yeah, supremely. But the thing about it is, at this point on, if you are still the type that follow teachers because you follow teachers because you like them, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Now, if you follow teachers, you still follow and hope and believe that they'll bring some remedy already because you pot committed and you already spent $500 with them, and ain't nothing, and you really realize in the back of your at the time that you know their situation for real, and you know you're really helping them keep afloat, and you really like them, that's your dumb fault. But if you really trying to be on a professional level like me,
don't miss out on this opportunity to litigate like a seasoned professional. Join the Supreme Elite Team University.
Thomas in the lobby, folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume with stories in the fine lines.
Another firm has started their investigation, but then you have my lawsuit. Now, why does that motherfucker age like fine wine? That motherfucker aged like fine wine. That motherfucker aged like fine wine. And you want to know what's so crazy? I already knew that when I filed the lawsuit. That motherfucker aged like fine wine, didn't it? Because it aged like fine wine, not because I said it. The only way you're going to be able to judge is you got to look at the outcomes.
You're rocking with the best.
And we only sip the good wine around here. Don't even drink liquor. We sip good wine. Ain't nothing wrong with a little wine to tickle the twine. Tanqueray, thyme, lemon, and lime. We're always going to tickle the twine. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a professional. That's what makes this even more like, dang. I didn't go to law school. Have no background in law. Have no background in court. Never went to school. All self-taught. I self-taught myself all this. And through me having run-ins with the law, I started picking up on what goes on in court. So all my years in and out of a courtroom, I started picking up what my lawyers is doing, asking them questions about my case. When we go to like in the back, I'd be like, yo, you said this word in court. What does that mean? Can you spell that for me? Yes, it means this. Okay. I remember my lawyer, she's like, you want to go to law school? Nah, I'm just trying to understand what goes on in court because I don't want to be lost in there. I'm trying to understand the lingo. Hey, I'll be calling. I'll be like, ma'am, yeah, it was time to say, what are you doing? I was just going to come out and see you tomorrow. I said, yeah, I have a question. You brought up a rule 29 motion. Can you explain that to me right quick? Jail calls. Can you explain what this means right quick for me, man? Oh, yeah, it means this and this. So when you're in court, hold on, I just want to write that down, taking my notes. Uh-huh. Hey, what was that? What was the name of that motion they filed under what rule? Sitting in court. Oh, February 15, you have to have your voir dire jury instructions. Voir dire jury instructions. Voir dire jury instructions. Research later. Hey, you objected because you say hearsay. What Ms. Tassie, what are the elements of hearsay again? The elements of hearsay, statements made. Can you put rules? Yes, that's under rules. Okay, under rule hearsay. Okay, jury instructions, or arguments, open court. That's how I learned. The most unconventional way. That's how I learned court. That is how I learned court. Picking the brain of my lawyers. And they were all eager to answer them. That's how I learned court. By picking the brain of my lawyers. Didn't know why I was doing it. At the time, I just didn't want to be like everybody else who goes to court, but like, oh, my lawyer railroad me. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, so back when I was 13, there was this hustler around my neighborhood. He was a big time hustler. And I came to him and I was like, man, I'm trying to get some work. You know what he said to me? He said, you trying to step in the game, youngster? I was like, yeah. He said, you know, you can't step into the game unless you know the rules. Even though that was that scenario, what he said stuck to me for the rest of my life. You can't step into the game unless you know the rules.
You're rocking with the best.
I took everything negative in my life, took all the shortcomings, all the setbacks, all the legal. I took all those things and turned it into something powerful. I took everything and flipped it around from a setback and turned it into a triumph.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
That's how I learned. I'm sorry I don't have. Did you send it? Check the link. Oh, man. I'll check it. I'll check it. You want to tell me what it's about? I don't even think I'm gonna waste time even going over it live. Cause I screenshotted it. I'll check it. What's going on? What's going on, broski? But that's how I learned. The most unconventional way. What's been going on with that lately? Y'all let me know what I'm missing. What's been going on with it? Hey, listen. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what they try to produce. Doesn't matter what they try to produce. SETU starts February 7th. Send an email if you want to join. It doesn't even matter what they try to show, because unless they showing like at least something like that, there ain't nothing to show. As always,
Empire Talk.
You're rocking with the best.
New culture. We set order.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking
Thomas
with
in
the
the lobby.
best.
Folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume. War stories in the fine line.
You're
Supreme elate.
rocking with
Circle
the
around the
best.
table. Every seated throne. Consumer finance in his bloodstream. Built it from a student.
hold
You're rocking
on.
with.
Hold on. God damn it. Just when I'm about to go. What's going on, y'all? Y'all want me to hit the center? Hold on. What's going on? You gotta tell me what's going on. I may send a link. What's going on first? Y'all gotta let me know what's going on, man. There's only a few of us left there. I'm like, y'all gotta let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. What's going on, man? Cause y'all saying like y'all got some. Guru's biting. TikTok. This will make for a clippable moment. So why not? Why not? I got a few minutes to spare. It's a clippable moment. They saying they get settlements without going to court. Yo. As soon as I pop up, hey, notice how when I popped up with a legitimate settlement, Jolly got a court. Now they all popping up with settlements. I told you I'm the trendsetter. I want to see the settlement. Share the link to them and say Lamont would like to see their settlement. To the stage, we got Tone Dome.
What up? Be on the way too, man. But look, that link I sent you, man, it was probably about the third person who I saw posted that, so.
Posted what? They got a settlement?
Yeah, like they're trying to say they're getting settlements for their clients and all type of shit. So I'm reading this. I'm like, this shit sounds real fucking familiar. So I go back to your shit in the group in the home base, and I'm reading your shit. I'm reading theirs. I'm like, motherfucker, are they using the same lingo the damn attorney sent to you that you posted first and trying to create?
So who? I don't even
And
know.
that link I sent you, I don't even know, bro. It'd be so funny because I always got people looking out for shit, or I'll find a way to run into it. So it's like it's none that can't be. It can't. If something is done that we would know, bro.
Yeah, it has to be filed with the court for it to be legit anyway.
Nigga, none of that shit.
You actually have. How do I do this? Let me see.
Hey, I sent the screenshot to your phone. I don't know if you could pull it up that way.
All right, let me see. Let me see.
Hey, so let me tell you, right? So a couple lives, right? They've been you know that chick Malika, like something
I think,
living, whatever.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I've been
she,
scalping. I've been getting on her top.
yeah, well, I mean, she's already bald, but
Well, you know.
nah, but so she has somebody, I guess that's in her group or whatever. She tried to come on live and say that she had a car note, something yada yada yada, and that all she had to do was send in some type of paperwork, and they settled without going to court.
That's not how court works.
Right.
Bro, send it
So
again. I don't think it's not opening. It's hey, bro,
I'm gonna send it to your email. Hold on.
send it to my email, and I'm gonna put this in a I'm gonna put this in a I'm gonna put this link right here and see. I'm gonna put the link in there, and I'm gonna see if I can do. I hope, but you know they're not gonna show up because if it's legit, see one thing about me, if it's legit, you don't have your confidence level when you speak. Everybody know when you know what you're talking about or not. But for the people that are in their group, yeah, they're
Okay, I just
gonna
sent it.
they're gonna be like, oh, we get settlements too. And then they pay them and then they get scammed, then the truth is going to end up coming out. Like they act like the truth is going to end up coming out. But
Yeah.
in reality,
So, uh-huh.
let me say this though. In reality, it don't even matter unless a judge signs off on it, then it's a settlement. So they're showing that they got a judge to sign off on the settlement, or she just saying it.
No. From what they're saying is like let's say it's credit acceptance, right? That
Right.
their legal team is reaching out to them to settle without going to court. Like they're trying to show an email, and I still have yet to see the proof of it, but I guess they shared in their little group or whatever. And they're trying to
But
say that the attorney is releasing them from their obligation by sending them what is it, a chain of title or validating the debt. That's what it is. They send in a validation of debt, and they get the lien removed, like they don't have
now
to pay no more.
we all know that. Okay. Okay.
And then the
So
Facebook one, Buddy is
yeah,
saying pretty much that he going after them like, oh, this is such and such violations. Like you already know they ain't going for that, nigga. You can tell them everything that you fucking got them on. If it ain't in the motherfucking court, they don't give a shit.
All right. So you mean to tell me they're producing this? I've been advised by credit acceptors that your account was closed on Friday. Attaches an updated transaction history reflecting a zero balance. Have also been informed that credit acceptors submitted a request for deletion of your trade line. Now, this is from a lawyer. This is from the lawyer I was actually working with to reach this settlement. We was actually working together on this settlement. So you mean to tell me, yeah, see my name. The lawyer is a professional lawyer like that. He's going to spank all their sovereign citizen arguments in court. So you mean to tell me they're producing this in Facebook? Hold on.
But
Just let
that's
it
the
play
thing.
out. Hold on. Let it play out. At the top, it's kind of furry, but I got a better view for you. So they're showing that hold on, let me do it like this. Hold on, y'all. I gotta put it in a way. There we go.
Credit acceptance was trying to finesse me. High interest payments. No, I couldn't let them get.
So they're showing that.
no,
So
they're
these.
not.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see.
Get me caught in front of the house inside Mercedes Benz GLE was something wasn't right. I had to do.
So they're showing that. You're not showing that in their groups? Oh, real?
All
Okay.
right, yeah. Sent the email with the proof, then I filed a suit. Yeah, judge saw the evidence.
So they showing that wave advanced principal, bam, bam, wave, bam, negative, taking off the books.
Nope.
They're not showing that either. Okay.
Then they call the truth, sleep just like that, gone. They settle quick, title on the way.
Are they showing that? As per the settlement agreement, they're removing the account from the trade line. Are they showing that? Did they show that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, all right. Let's keep on. Let's run down the checklist.
And the debt was wiped away, and I ain't even had to pay. No, push the whip with a drip.
Now they show an official filed court documents with the blue line filed January 28th, 2026, pursuant to Federal Civil Procedure 4B, plaintiff Lamont Thomas and defendant credit acceptance hereby stipulate to the dismissal of all claims in this action with prejudice. So ordered, Leona Brinkema, United States District Court. Are they showing that in court? Okay, then their settlements don't mean nothing unless it's filed with the court. See how easy we could just dispel all this?
Yep.
See, that's it. That's all it takes. All it takes to dispel BS receipts is real receipts. And that's the this is what they can't get around. I have real receipts. They don't. They can talk all they want, try to spin it, but unless you got real receipts, you can't step into my lane. You can't step into my world. I'm in a different world than these gurus. I'm on a different level than these gurus. My litigation style is impeccable. I'm impeccable. I'm a professional. I'm elite. These gurus are not elite. A validation of debt? Are you serious? I didn't send a validation of debt. I just told them, yo, this was going on. This is how your internal model works. This is how you jack up the interest rates. This is what the finance charge really consists of, but they're not listening on TILA. Either way, I'm taking you to court. Doesn't matter what you do. Oh, you put the account on NA status. Doesn't matter. I'm still taking you to court. And that's what I did. And as you could see, per the settlement agreement, they go to the lawyer stage right there. And he sent me this today. I already knew it a couple days ago when they first happened. And then what makes it even more, let me show you how it's supposed to, let me show you how it's supposed to work even more. Let me show you how it's supposed to work even more. Let me show you. You show how it's supposed to work even more. Right there. So ordered. Stipulation dismissal by credit acceptance. Lamont Thomas versus credit acceptance. Signed by District Judge Leona Brinkema. Is it there? Is it there? Can they see it there? 22? Are they showing that?
No,
sir.
Then
motherfuckers can't say their claim.
Then what they're attempting to show it still doesn't prove that I'm right about them. Oh, a notice. Oh, what did I say sovereign citizens do? They file affidavits and notices. Well, guru, whatever guru you are, the link is open. I want you to come up and explain your settlement. I want you to come up and explain your settlement. I want to hear it. If I got to eat shit tonight on my own live, I will apologize to the gurus. There are people. Oh, lawful living. Oh man, she's been following. Yeah. She's been watching all my shit lately. She's been watching all of my shorts. She's been all on my shit lately. Of course, she would now come up with that now. Once she's seen the big dog drop the receipts, now, oh, I got the same receipts. Lawful living on Facebook, she's been all in my stories. All the gurus y'all talk about, they be in my stories. All these gurus be in my stories on Facebook. Want to know why? Because Facebook is a melting pot for sovereign citizen scams, and I came there and crashed the fucking party. Hey, while they're here, y'all want to show the mortgage situation again? You want to see that again?
Hey, load up the clip.
Load
it up.
Let's load up the clips, man. Let's load up the clips.
Okay, so it looks like
It was released, satisfied. So the county will actually have the deed to the home.
Correct. We do not hold a copy of that. You would have to get in contact with the county.
Okay, what is this showing up on her mortgage account?
What was that?
What is anything show? Is this showing up satisfied on her mortgage account?
I haven't even pulled that side. Give me just a moment. That's
Why am I on the phone with them? Because my client gave me power of attorney over her account to discuss this. That's why.
just Enrollment.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Just a moment here. Okay, it looks like the balance is zero. 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 Okay, it looks like the balance is zero.
You get the picture, gurus? You get the picture? You get the picture? Gurus, you get the picture? I'm surgical with this shit now. You better come correct. I'm surgical with this shit now. Don't start no shit you can't finish. Hey, man.
Hey, how you do it? How you do it like that, right?
Hey, don't start no shit you can't finish.
And that's why I don't feel sorry for them people getting scammed by them, because it's like they take surface level fake ass Photoshop edits and just that's the only thing they go with.
They've been on TikTok creating fake orders.
Bro.
There's no barcode from the attorney. There's no little, you know, when it's filed in court.
No, right. Even though link I just,
you know what a court order looks like. You know when that shit filed in court for real. You know what that shit look like. The shit at the top is going to show you the file date, the document number. They've been on TikTok creating fake orders ever since I came up with my real order. They've been in TikTok creating fake orders. Hey, y'all. But listen, y'all. Think about it. This is how much we have these motherfuckers in retreat. Like, this should be more evidence. Of course, she's going to be live right now. I'm not even going to attempt to go crash her live. I'm not even going to do is
block. They don't kick you.
All block it. Like one thing.
Shit.
What's the name? Lawful Living. Watch this. Let me see if I can. Lawful Living. Hold on, y'all. The white girl.
Nah, it's a melanated queen.
and that'd be the fucking worst too.
Oh, hey, y'all.
They'd be going harder than the white folks. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry. What's her name? Lawful Living what? Hold on, y'all.
Hold on, let me look it up.
Let me share my screen. We may invade her Facebook Live. Hold on, let's invade her Facebook Live. Let's invade her Facebook Live. Fuck it, I ain't got shit else to do. I was supposed to get off here, but I got about good 20 more minutes to spare. Kids, wife, I got about 20 more minutes out here. I got about 20 more minutes.
So what Tony sent, someone else did the same thing. They made a screenshot, and in the thing is saying Wells Fargo does this, they do XYZ, all of this breakdown and stuff, but it's not the same verbiage, you know what I mean?
It's when a lawyer puts together, listen, the lawyer put together the settlement. I just had to sign it. He said, are you okay with me putting the joint motion together and just put your name on it and we just filed? I said, yeah, go ahead and do that, because ain't no sense in me. I don't want to put it, y'all put it together. Shit, I'm cool. I know how to
right.
it. Y'all do it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not gonna settle over like a email. They're gonna type it up, send it over, sign it, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Lawful Living. What did she do, y'all?
Ask her. It's her student, the credit chick. She's the one that discharged her car or whatever with the validation of debt. As soon as you ask her, she's gonna know exactly who I'm talking about.
All right. Let me see if I can get up in here. Hey, yo, we about to be...
Hey, I'm gonna go over there on there because she'll let me up on her panel.
Go ahead and let her
Hold
up.
on, I got a second phone. I'm gonna stay on here and be on that.
All right. I'll see you over there.
You know what? I got a second phone too. Let me get my ass up over there.
All right.
All right. So what I'll do is, what's wrong? I'm trying to play it.
We're gonna show the people how quick these motherfuckers be blocking. Just asking simple motherfucking questions.
Hold on. Let me go. Let me see who live. Oh, Lawful Living live right now. I can't hear nothing. Oh, here we go.
I'm using the old ones that you first sent me. Well, if we don't say anything, no one will notice, okay? So again, you guys are seeing the clerk is who voided it.
Hey, y'all go over there. Y'all go over there, and if I need to come up, I'll come up. Y'all go over there. If I gotta come over there, I come up.
Forgive me, Ashley.
Let's see this.
Okay, so y'all see, this is the clerk, and now I'm gonna show you the voided order.
I ain't gonna lie. Some receipts her clients be coming up with, that should be sketchy as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. Some of that should be sketchy. I be like, a judge talks like that? I'm gonna see this.
And that is the order being voided. That's them printing their own strike through. That is signed by their associate judge, and you see the date right there. So about a month ago.
No. If you failure to appear and then you show up, you can always get back in. If you fail to appear, then show up, you can always get back in, because courts are in favor of settling cases on their merits. I was late 45 days and still got in. Yeah, that's not nothing.
Yes, we did it with exclusive equity. Okay.
No, they will
always
let you back.
I guess you can say that, right, Ashley? Because you just sent in a notice.
Them any reason, and they
She quiet now. See, she getting that pressure on
Rocket
her.
Money, did you actually want to come up?
They always.
Yo, what up?
Hey, Darren, what's going on?
Hey, so respectfully, what do you have that lady that she sent in a validation of debt for a vehicle? It's like credit chick or something like that.
She's not on right now. She's not here right now.
Oh, so you gotta get it from her.
Let me see if she sent it to me.
Okay.
Oh man, she has that offensive email.
How would you not know someone sent you something if you're working on? You should have everything. What the fuck? Red flag number one right there.
Let's see. Oh Lord. Hold on a second. Let me go into a comment.
She think that just because you miss court and come back in and they set aside the judge, they're going to do that for everybody. They're going to do that for both sides. If you miss court, give them a good reason why you missed court. They'll let you back in. They look at it. They're looking at that as a remedy. Get the fuck out of here. They sound crazy.
Lord. Let me check this to see if I have it.
And I'm only asking is because Freedom, I was talking to him yesterday about it, and he was trying to convince me about, and I said, I don't know, but I mean, I gotta see something. I hadn't seen anything
She
yet.
sent it to me, so of course, if I had it, I would show it to you guys, but I don't see it. And the first email I got from her was 2023. So I'm just gonna email her back and say, hey, can you post it? Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Nah, and then this guy, the new culture, he was talking about he got a settlement. So I don't know if you wanted to take a look at his and compare. I don't know. I know you've seen it, but
who? New culture? Who's that?
He's right here in the comments.
New culture.
He going in. He's saying it's not a remedy if you get an order set aside if you miss court. They would do it for both sides. I didn't miss court.
Hold on. Just guys, it's this. I showed it. Did you come after we already showed you? It's totally dismissed. That's okay. We can just put it back up on the screen. So you may have missed it. We started off with showing it's already dismissed. It's not.
You won't let me up.
Back around or some shit. Okay.
She won't let me up. You won't let me up.
I know that most people don't know me, and so they think like I'm just one of the people that will come and fudge a receipt and show like a halfway win. So I don't do that. That's why I showed that it was dismissed first, and then I showed the order from the clerk voiding the failure to appear. But
they always do this.
She's not going anywhere, obviously, because it's dismissed. And there's nothing else to do because it's gone.
Look.
No, you've been cool. I'm not questioning your character.
Oh, no,
I know you are. Oh, okay.
I know not anybody. I'm just answering the guy in the chat.
We talking about the new culture?
Yeah. Want to come up for real, Rocket?
God damn, like the other night we was cool. Now you trying to, hey, let me up. Well, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's up? What's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? The only thing I heard, I ain't worried. This case right here. Yeah, this case, what is a criminal case? Yeah, the state of Texas. I ain't worried about the criminal case. I'm talking about civil side. Who came over here talking about they got remedy with their auto loans and all that stuff? Because it seems like ever since I came with my professional legal, with the emails, with the attorney, with the actual set-off agreement, with the settlement agreement, I had to block out the details because it's confidential, with the account zero, with the account balance, what it was to zero, settlement agreement based on my lawsuits. I seen a lot of
you sued them. You sued them.
I sued them. Like I'm real professional with this. Like I'm like an elite professional as pro se. Like I got real professionals on my team with the civil. I'm like that for real. It's on my page. But I've noticed that a lot of these same gurus, they've been hawking my page. Now all of a sudden they got settlements with the courts. They got settlements. They got orders. But I'm saying though, they've been around.
They probably don't. If they're not showing receipts, we ain't believing anything.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like they've been around for a year to filing negotiable instruments on their case, getting their cars repossessed, not thinking they lost their case because they think everybody don't know how to read case law. But now, ever since I dropped my receipts, it seems like ever since I dropped my receipts, they all got settlements and orders now. I'm trying to figure out where they at.
They got to show the receipts too. They can't just look. Some liar hole came into a chat the other day and said, "I just got 2 judges fired last week." Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh my God. Well, how they get fired in the course of their duty? I thought they had judicial immunity. What they do? They hit them when they was off the bench.
I don't even know. I think people are to the point of just saying stuff because they can and because they know that there's someone's hero that just wants to believe them. That's what's gonna keep them.
See, one thing I noticed about Lawful Living, sometimes when I hit panels, people be talking about me in the comments. I know they leave to go check my page because they come back silent. I noticed that. Yeah,
it's okay. It's all right. Like,
they always come back silent.
Let your work speak for yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm very impressed with anybody that can move their own claim, regardless of what happens at the end, because most people don't know how to move a claim at all, much less win one. Okay.
Courts is very nuanced. Courts is very nuanced. My bad.
That's why a lot of people want to avoid it. They want to avoid, and that's what I was about to say. People want to avoid court because they want to be able to say that there's some administrative process that can get them those same type of results, and then so they could claim exclusive equity. Exclusive equity. And that to us is over here is nonsense. So we know that you can take action in court as a defendant or plaintiff and have success if you comprehend a few things.
And I don't mean to keep like trying to derail, but someone in the comments said he needs to show receipts. Obviously, they haven't checked my page yet. Obviously, they haven't. They haven't. So I'm gonna let them.
I don't know how to work the things up here to like put you on the big screen if you wanted to show.
How do I work that?
We had a receipt party last night.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, a couple of people missed it. They were crying in the comments earlier.
I don't believe everybody's receipts though. I believe some people be fabricating it, or they be stretching the truth on why the case really got thrown out. Like it could be thrown out for any reasons. I think they be lying.
That is true. That is true, and that's why it's important to check the docket. Because if you go check a docket and you see there's only one filing on there, I mean, you could say that that's the filing that got it done. It's a lot harder to tell if there's 100 filings on a docket by somebody. They filed 12 motions, and that'll make it a little messy. But
I believe that if the case was settled, the last entry should be the order, because when you file a lawsuit and then they make an appearance and then you immediately move for settlement, like my case, it's going to be a confidential settlement. It's going to be the terms of the agreement, and then it's going to be the stipulation of the parties, and then it's going to be the joint motion to dismiss the case under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure, Rule 41, and then the judge signs off on it. All of those things occurred in my case, and they're on my page right now, even the emails. So when people talk about they went to court as a plaintiff and they got a settlement in federal court, if it ain't none of those occurrences, I don't believe them. I think they're lying, to be honest with you.
Well, I totally agree. It's like somebody offered an alleged sealing of their case as a receipt, but they didn't show the motion that they did to get the order for the sealing, and then they didn't show the sealing was allegedly that it was dismissed or acquitted, and they didn't show the proof of that either. So the existence of an alleged sealing of the case without the motion that got it sealed and the receipt of the dismissal or acquittal, I'm saying that's bogus too.
Right.
And a lot of people, again, they offer those types of things because they don't know that you can reverse engineer it to be like, okay, well, this depends on that. So, where's that?
Right.
They just, a lot of people, because they want to believe in their guru, they will be offered manufactured receipts and they will, show it around until it gets to people like me that'll go try to find the case. And it doesn't exist, or it doesn't say what that say. So that they fudged something, either the entire document or the case number, because they don't want you to see what actually happened in the case.
Yeah.
Even if it's just looking at the docket.
Yeah. Oh, they block. I can see. I mean, it's nuancy, but they'll block out the docket number, they'll block out the case number, they'll block out all those things. But I can see, like, if you had a settlement or a stipulation on file, you could check the docket sheet.
But that, you can see that on the docket. I mean, you
Right.
won't be able to read it, but you can see
Right.
that there's some type of sealing, or
Right.
that's what we're saying. If they're saying the case was sealed, but you fudged the case number, so we can't go and see. Ain't no case sealing event on that docket. They
Right.
don't want you to see that, because
Right.
of course that they again, and people want to believe they're heroes, so
Right.
they don't typically press.
Right.
I press.
Hey, Lawful, let me be honest with you. 98% of the gurus in these space have no receipts. I think they're all sovereign citizens. I think they all.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Don't you guys think that's amazing? Why is that allowed to happen?
Right. I think it's all sovereign citizen. I think it's some variation of it. I think they lie. I don't think they have true in-depth understanding, because I don't think they taken the time out to study for these years. What I believe is going on is they find people who are in vulnerable, desperate situations, and they're offering a magical document or a blue pill that's going to get people out of bills that they don't want to pay. That's all this space is. How do I get out of a bill I don't want to pay?
But what most people don't even have that.
Well,
remedy.
yeah.
They don't have it. They don't, but they will tell you that they'll help you make a trust.
Oh shit, girl. like a trust. Like let me tell you, Lawful, let me tell you about what they do with these trusts. They'll take a home or an auto that already has a lien on it because it hasn't been paid off in full. You don't have legal title to it, meaning there's no.
So you can't put it nowhere.
So you can't put it in the trust
until you pay that shit off.
Right.
They don't know anybody knows that.
Right.
Don't understand.
And the courts are going to pierce the corporate veil.
Exactly. You come in there with that nonsense, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, there's somebody else owns an interest in the res."
And but that's their way of being debt free. That's all. That's the only reason why they do it. If $5 million hit these people's account today, they will drop all the stuff that they do. They'll drop it and just pay everything off.
Wow.
Yep.
That's because they don't have any principles, I guess.
None. And even though through the course of my lawsuit, I made sure I was paying until I sent them the last payment and said, you're not getting a dime because we're going to battle this out in court. But through the whole point of my investigation into them, I was paying my car note every month.
Yeah, because if you know you're going to sue them and to get it back.
Yeah.
And even if it's whether it's in the form of a settlement or in the form of a refund or whatever you want to call it, you get it back, then it doesn't really matter.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with paying your bills. It builds equity. It builds credit worthiness. It's the same system that.
Slave, bro. You are a slave. Did you not hear?
No, because they rely on the same system, though. It's not like they're tapping into this. They're not. Listen.
It's like the people who tell you there's no money, but send me some.
But that's
there's no money. There's no money. But then send me some. Like what?
That's what I'm saying. Like you talk about the system. The system's not legit, but every person that's doing these process has relied on the same system. It's not like they're tapping into their secret account and buying their homes. They're going to get financing. They're going to these people.
They're trying to sell that they busted into the back door of the Treasury Direct. Because of some gazillion dollar hair Social Security account, something about the birth certificate, blah blah blah.
We all know that doesn't exist. Nobody in the chat right now, including myself, has ever asked. Well, I've never attempted to, but nobody knows that exists, because if it did exist, nobody would be here. They'd be off in their own mini island.
Let's ask. There's 50 people in the room who actually believes that there is a $1 trillion plus or unlimited bank account attached to either the birth certificate and or the Social Security number. That
you get a monthly statement for every month showing what you have in it and what you can legally write checks on.
But I ain't trying to fuck around and find out. I don't want to get, as soon as they send me the meals, I ain't trying to pay time.
Because you're going to jail.
9 billion. That's right, Trice.
You're going to jail.
And that you're only gonna get this answer in this community. I'll just let you know right now.
I was here the other night. Remember you had our troll session?
You're only gonna get the correct answer in this community. I think every other law space community out there, there are people that still believe that there is some unlimited or near unlimited trust that they can access if they just take claim of the minor account of the straw man.
Oh God.
Through trust and equity, exclusive equity.
You know what that means? When I hear that,
Well,
I hear low hanging fruit. People are just in a vulnerable, desperate situation. That's because those are the only people that pursue that. Anybody with gainful employment, you don't got to be a millionaire, but if you just make enough to sustain yourself, like that's good enough. Like everybody wants to be 100 millionaire out this space. It's never going to happen.
It ain't. A guy came on the chat the other day and said he gets $250K a month because he gave $15K to some satanic juices. And yeah, and everybody was very interested. Darren was on there.
Is there any reason? Is it? Hey, Dan, is there any evidence that's? I said, is there any evidence that he's living like a $250K a month person?
I don't have any evidence because I don't even know
right,
them. And
right.
I don't care. I actually wrote in the chat, I don't even want $250K a month. I don't care what he's talking about. I don't even want that.
Right.
I don't want to do anything that's gonna come with that.
Right.
I bet you.
Right. Like once you start talking, I know how to access the Treasury Direct and millions. It gets from the process you doing to people just want to see your lifestyle. Like they they want to see the man.
They
right.
flexing on you because you gave them 5-10 grand. If they flexing on you with your own 5-10 grand, they added together with all the other idiots 5-10 grand to just flex on you. I think that's what they do. They just collect it so they could flex on everybody because they know that that's what you're about. I'm not about that. I'm about exercising my dominion and protecting it with the law.
Would you rather have the money or the asset free and clear? Because if you're going to use the money, right. So if you're going to use the money to buy the asset free and clear, what would be better to have, the asset or the money?
Especially if you don't trust the system, just get the asset.
Exactly.
Get the asset and be done with it.
There you go. I'd rather have the asset. They
want to have the money so they could put the stack of dollar hairs at their face.
The same dollars that says has no value. Remember?
Right, remember, it don't even exist.
As soon as I hear a person say that, I automatically mean, oh, they must be messed up in real life. To shame something that you lack sufficient amounts of. Oh, yeah. That's all that is.
They're only saying that. I mean, it's weird because they say it and then they tell somebody, I'm selling something. Come get it from me.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
With the same money that don't exist.
Let me ask you a question. So, if a person said they know how to tap into a secret account, Treasury Direct, Fidelity, whatever you want to call it, instead of if they was like, I'm not going to charge you anything up front, but when you access it, I'm gonna hit your account for 10 M's. Would that be more believable?
I'm not believing that. I'm still not believing that.
Right.
Because if you actually tapped into the back, why I would be yelling that shit on like a megaphone. I would not be like, hey, let me get a percent. If I got my unlimited account, why am a percent of what?
And that's a good thing. And if they actually accessed it, there would be no need for you to access it. Because think about it. If I access 100 billion, why would I ever want to show the next person how to do it? And the next person knows, and the next person knows. The value of my money is going to drop. There has to be a separation of classes. If I access 100 billion, nobody would never know. You would never know. I won't teach you. I'm not trying to be your Messiah. I'm not trying to be your Jesus, your Moses. You would never know I did it.
I can see that.
You would never.
I'll still probably tell people because I know that the value on this earth, the only value on this earth is the essence of people, man and woman and child. That's it. The energy, the vitality. And that's what they want to steal from us more than anything. They want you to do things that you hate for large parts of the day so that you can be susceptible to charlatans that come and tell you everything is prepaid.
Yeah.
But they can't show you where in the law that's supported.
Yeah, I think they're looking at it I think they're looking at it from the wrong standpoint. I won't say everything is prepaid, but I will say that having collateral to pledge and having receivables, your right to receive payment to pledge, I think that's the legal license to print money more than everything being prepaid, because money's not even an issue unless there's collateral pledge. That's this world, secondary market, us all over the world. So since we're on a fiat system, it's not really about everything being prepaid more than it's about having collateral to pledge to secure the deposit of funds. So I think if they would at least go down that lane there. That's how the money system works today.
Like a bail bond. It is like
yeah,
to a bail bond.
yeah, but that
because you do it is, you know, when you consider that it requires collateral.
Yeah.
The problem is we have the monetary system at its core. Based on that, is basically saying that the entirety of Earth is now pledged to support the fiat monetary system. So they have what is fake, false, fiat, based on what is real, which is the whole of Earth. But they're allowing it to be pledged one man, a woman, and a child at a time. So when we consider what's being pledged as collateral, most of us, especially when we take jobs we hate and that we would not do if there wasn't any money, because we don't have any interest in that thing legitimately. It's not actually for a good purpose for ourselves, our family, our communities at large. It's just something that we do because we're struggling to pay bills, which is, again, why we become victims to these charlatans.
Yeah.
Okay? It is basically pledging our future, pledging our presence and our future to be the fodder of this system.
That's through your monthly payments, because you got to get a job to work. You got to have a job to pay your bills. That's the labor that's being pledged.
That's being pledged.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. Because
correct.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Because without
these charlatans are trying to say it's not you, it's the all caps. It's the all caps. Shut the hell up. Shut up.
The thing about it is it's what's the Dronin-Kruger syndrome? Dronin-Kruger syndrome. Like
I've never heard of that. Let me look at
the Dunning-Kruger syndrome. Yes, the Dunning-Kruger syndrome. I think
DUNN?
Hold on 1 second. Let me see.
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah, hold on. Dunning-Kruger.
The tendency of people with low ability in a specific area to give overly positive assessments of this ability. Yes.
Yeah,
it's like when you all go into those people's lives and all they're doing is talking fast, spitting, arguing, yelling at the top of their lungs on how everybody don't read.
Yes.
And because most people are average and below, you give cognitive bias, like it says here. You think, oh, they're so smart,
right?
You know, because they're talking so slick and using these words that sound so sophisticated, and we feel less sophisticated, and therefore we think, oh well, they must know. When in essence, the law is really basic and does not require any actual intelligence outside of common sense type of intelligence, asking questions.
Right. So it's an effect, it's a cognitive bias where individuals with limited knowledge or competence in a domain greatly overestimate their own knowledge and competence. And the people that are most susceptible to this is people with low competence in specific area are most susceptible to the Dunning-Kruger effect, as their lack of skill prevents them from recognizing their own errors and knowledge gaps, leading to inflated confidence. Conversely, high competent individuals sometimes underestimate their skills, assuming others find the task too easy. While it affects everyone in areas they're familiar with, those lacking self-awareness, critical thinking, or openness to new ideas may be prone to it. You can't tell one of these sovereign citizens they're wrong. Tell them they're wrong.
apparently, the worst one of all that likes to yell at everybody and tell them how they don't read and how unintelligent they are is challenging, daring people, I guess, to come up and challenge them. And I asked everybody here a little while before you got on if they thought I should go over there and take it on, and everybody said no.
I'll go, but I know I'm going to get muted and blocked. I do that every time I go on these people lives. I get 2 words out. I get muted. I get blocked.
Because you're not talking about my trust society.
Oh shit.
In lieu of quote unquote Black History Month,
you got to get your herediments and your tenements and your securities and blah blah blah, and you ask them, did you ever file a case and get through with that?
Probably not.
Silence. Of course not.
All the things that they tried 40 years ago, even their response to being called a sovereign citizen has been passed down since the 90s. It's
so sickening. I'm just done with it.
Here's what it is. Hey, lawful, you know what they are. There's no such thing as a sovereign citizen. You can't be a sovereign or a citizen, or a sovereign citizen is an oxymoron. Those are from the 90s.
Here's what's funny. Today, bro, I did all my consultations live. I had 6 consultations back to back. I went live. Only one person told me that they didn't want their session to be shared, okay? And I was only sharing the verbal part. I wasn't showing anything on their screen about the case and stuff like that, okay? And I literally said that exact same thing in a consultation. And everybody here on TikTok was like, oh my God.
Those are the 3 things.
Because it was the same exact thing. And you know what? I'll read it here. So somebody was called a sovereign citizen on their document, and the attorney put a footnote of what they thought a sovereign citizen was. People were asking for reading that so that they can get an idea of what the other side, when they say that sovereign citizen stuff, what it actually means. Because if you don't read what it actually means, and this is exactly what I said, you're going to get, sucked into that. Well, let me explain how it's an oxymoron to be shut up, slap. They done with you.
Yeah.
They're done with you. While you're over here like trying to be sophisticated, let me explain what a sovereign is and what a citizen and why that's not. Shut up. They don't care nothing about why that's an oxymoron. Yeah.
Hey, do you want to know that the reason why they sound foolish is because people 40 years ago, they were actually that were saying the same things they're saying today. Do you realize that they were actually going into court saying, I'm a sovereign citizen, telling the courts I'm a sovereign citizen? They were actually standing on it. Yeah, they were standing on it. So
and the reason that I just got to know that is because there's a woman on here that she only comes on and she stays on maybe like an hour and a half, and then she leaves. But she's teaches her ass off, and she plays audios of attorneys.
I told y'all, they don't even know. I know more about their own belief systems than them.
And so in one of the reports, the attorneys say, they're no longer calling themselves sovereign citizens. They're saying they're disavowing the movement. And everybody was like, yes, what? They're not coming in saying they're sovereign citizens anymore? And I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is even a thing. Like, people are being laughed out of courts because they're listening to folks that say things like, don't read the court rules. Don't read the rules of evidence.
What?
Watch the prop training.
You better.
Watch the prop training.
That's what I'm saying.
You better.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to win
Oh man, that's motherfucking crazy, boy.
Why would you listen to somebody that says don't read the rules?
That's crazy.
If you don't read the rules, how do you know that your claim, the court even has jurisdiction over the claim that you're trying to bring to the court if you don't read the rules? How do you know if they even allowed to grant you the relief?
I know, like, how do you even pick the right court to put any? But a lot of these folks, they say all judges are evil. That's the next thing.
Yep.
All judges are evil. So, you shouldn't be the plaintiff.
All years old when Malika, you said, did you read the local court rules? I was like, damn, they got a local court.
Hell yeah.
So I was focused on federal rules and civil procedure. And that shit.
But
Local court
the local rules for that district, yeah, you need to learn the rules because they're different from district to district. Some districts allow this, some don't. Hell, it's a lot going into court.
What I want to say was, in lieu of so-called Black History Month, I remember, and I will have this ingrained in my mind, teach it to my children. What Frederick Douglass said was that knowledge makes a child unfit to be a slave. And I use this every day because I'm like, okay, well, let me learn something new right now.
That is true. I ain't a slave to the auto contract.
Change the trajectory of my life. So, yeah.
Hallelujah.
We're not slaves.
You got to do things the right way. That's it.
Mayor Bear says Pooh and tells people, quote, if you don't know, don't go.
If you can't defend, don't send.
Never heard that. Because I can't talk to that guy. First of all, he used to be in somebody's live that I'm not gonna go to anymore. And he used to be up on the panel talking nonsense, and I'm in the chat like just giving him hell. And he's like, you want to come up, lawfuls? You want to come up? And I'm in my bed like laughing, like, bro. I'm like,
They was telling me in her chat, I need to show receipts. They don't know who they're talking to. I told them to check my page on TikTok. They came back quiet. They always come back quiet. They come back, don't say nothing. They don't say nothing to me anymore. They start agreeing with me now.
what's up, Rocket? What's up? Did you mean to come up?
No, I didn't even mean to come up. I was just tapping.
All right. Gratitude. Go ahead and drop down. We good. I appreciate you hanging out in the comments.
So what's this you got going on?
So we did a class on if you're sued civilly, what to do. So it was called Sued Now What, or I should say it's called Sued Now What. But since we did that class, people were asking about if there was a class for if you're sued criminally. And I've never done that one before because I don't know, for some reason, even though that's a big problem that people have, I've never just did the class before. So we're doing it now. And we have
Lawful Living, she's actually pretty cool. She's more down to earth, as you can see. She don't believe in that stuff. So I come up on her panel because everybody else panel is sovereign citizen out. So she's the only like down to earth. She's more on the criminal side and criminal things. So when they be showing their criminal receipts, is like, congratulations. Yeah, I guess.
That's dope because it's like she holds a different playing field, but
right,
like it's respectable because it is like, all right, you got someone that she can now catch up to your lead, and I'm sure she'll gain a lot from you and shit like that. And then now it's like,
at least she's down to earth.
Right. No, that's fine.
At least she's on planet Earth.
No, seriously, bro. And she ain't going for the stupid shit. I fuck with that.
Facts.
Oh, well.
Oh, shit.
People who did not do any crime, but yet they're charged criminally. And they still don't know what to do.
Yeah, that is true, man. All the wrongful convictions, man. My old head homie did 40 years over something he clearly did not do. So those are the nuances.
That's what we're talking. We know the way to stay out is to not do the crime, but we have a problem with street cops that elevate things like expired.
They wicked.
Decals.
She ain't lying. Them street cops, they be street cop. Hey, yo, them narc cops out my way. Yo, they will plant a gun in your back seat if they want you bad enough. They'll plant a strap in your back seat if they want you to. They'll plant a zip of solve in your under your seat if they want you bad enough. If they feel like you keep slipping away, they'll plant stuff for you. Oh, hey, the vice out my way. Sheesh.
For this class.
They'll be patrolling DC. They'll be out there with the ARs and stuff, military stuff, patrolling the streets. Like,
that's why they hate them Teslas, because they got cameras all in that motherfucker.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Lawful living. It was good having me being up here. Thanks for letting me up. I'll tune back in later.
Yeah, bro. Make sure you connect with me.
I'm gonna send you a message, DM. I'm gonna send you a DM.
Okay. Oh,
Perfect. You got any other way?
Just go ahead and DM me.
All right, and I'll send you a more formal way for us to connect in the DM.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. All right, Dan. Catch y'all later. All right, Ashley. Catch y'all later. All right, so it wasn't what I thought. They was talking about a girls panel that I like, so I wasn't about to go in there and because she ain't with that stuff. So I thought he was talking about like someone like, yo, they on it, but I know her, so it is what it is. All right, y'all. I got to go, and I will Tone T, final words.
Peace, man.
All right. I'll catch you on the next round.
He can read a balance sheet like a judge. Empire Talk.
And the
Boys New culture.
You're rocking with the best.
Thomas in the lobby. Folded thicker than a skyline. Credit acceptance on a resume. War stories in the fine line. Supreme elate. Circle around the table. Every seated throne. Consumer finance in his bloodstream. Built it from a student loan. He can read a balance sheet like a judge retone. See the trap in every clause before the ink is dried on. They sell dreams on installments. He just ordered the spell. Break a predatory scheme down to decimal hell. Securitization flow. Turn a contract to a bond chain. He can trace the money trail backwards in a rainstorm. Same lane. Receipts in a briefcase. Dates, times, bank names. You bring vibes to the courtroom. He bring numbers in case names. Supreme elite. We don't speak. We file. He got receipts line by line. No smile. In the dark where they hide those fees. We light up the fee sheet. Breathe with these. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. We got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees. We light up the fee sheet, breathe with these. He seen lenders flip scripts, turn a whip to a shackle. Interest climbing every month to your paycheck battle. But he peeled back price and APR under the mask. See the spread versus the funding, who's skimming off the past. He no chalk off, roll rates, lost curves in his sleep. How they package up defaults and sell pain on Wall Street. He cross-check statements with the filings in the forecast. Find a misstep and turn one comma to a court clash. Consumer on the stand, heart racing in the cheap suit. He translate legalese, the plain talk, clean truth. Litigation in his left hand, excel in his right. Tell the judge what the bank did, cell by cell, line by line. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. He got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease. They move in the margins, he read in between. They hide it in footnotes, he pull it on screen. From the boroughs to the boardroom, same concrete. Thomas built a whole empire off one word, receive. He paid vision, JD rhythm in his cadence. Double check the debits, then dismantle all the plaintiffs. Underrated models, he can see where they cheat. Assumptions too rosy on a loss rate sheet. Dockets on the desk, he align them like a chessboard. Case law, cash flows, every step, next chord. Supreme elite follow, blueprints not gossip, they talk bag. He talk tax, keep profit, new culture empire. This is financial defense, teaching credit as a weapon, not a lifelong sentence. From credit acceptance battles to the hallways of appeal. Thomas turned every closed door to a sign, sealed deal. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. We got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease. Supreme elite, we don't speak, we file. We got receipts line by line, no smile. In the dark where they hide those fees, we light up the fee sheet, breathe with ease.
You're rocking with the rocking with the best.
Run it in bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Smoking that leaf, going global stand. On my wrist like a stage, I can't claim. You look like you wanna let go of stress. What's up? I thought so, okay. I'm back in this symphony, stuck on the band. What's up? I thought so, okay. Running it bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling that dice, got luck in that van. Smoking that leaf, going global band. It's bang. Fresh white tee, chrome on the rim. Big body slide, whole block looks slim. Wrist on chill, but the boy too hot. Turn my last L to a key to the spot. Plug on the phone, said, say let's slide. Came from the back, now we front row live. Couch full of cash, can't sit, can't fold. Used to pray for a play, now it's overload. Run it up, bang. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hand. She rolling the dice, got luck in that van. Spending that leaf, going global. Ooh, expand. Blue. Shorty too thick, attitude too. Say she want a boss, not a boy in the crew. Stamp my name on the side of her glass. Say she feel safe when I'm hitting the gas. Mama in the crib, fridge stay packed. All them long nights, put food in the stack. Talk about stay down, I really did that. From the floor to the Forbes type check. Had nothing but hope in the half tank. Now it's 10 toes down on gas. No thanks, till they cross that line, that's a bad move. We don't double back, we just improve. Run it up, running mid-range. Whipping up heat, got sauce in my hands. She rolling the dice, got looking at van. Smoking that leaf, going global. Expand.